Hello, folks. I am Alan for today's news. I will be reading and speaking about world news, interesting news, news to keep you entertained, and news to keep you informed. Well, I got for you the first thing here from Reuters. Ukraine says Russians endured deadliest day. German minister in Kyiv announced tank supplies. In Ukraine, Ukraine said on Tuesday in the last 24 hours were the deadliest of the war so far for Russian troops as Moscow pressed on with an intensifying winter assault in the east, bringing tens of thousands of freshly mobilized troops to the battlefield. The Ukrainian claims could not be independently verified, and Russia has also claimed to have killed a large number of Ukrainian troops in recent weeks. So one country is saying they're killing a lot of them. The other country said they're killing a lot of them. German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius visited Kyiv later on Tuesday as Berlin, Denmark, and the Netherlands said they would pool funds to restore Leopard 1 tanks from industry stocks and supply them to Kyiv in the coming months. You know, that's a long ways off. You know, they need help now. Anyway, everything you can read in my description box. I'll leave a link down below. Here's one here from Friday Digital. Never heard of them. Why China and Russia are wary of the Indian Air Force and Air Defense Force training for fighting virtual enemy aircraft. On January 10th, the Indian Air Force arrived in Japan for the first time at this one air base, can't say the name of it, and has been conducting joint training exercises with the self-defense force of 10 days since January 16. The training exercises is said to have a hidden aim of the JASDF. I thought India and let's see. Oh, Japan, okay, yeah. Because India and China don't get along, I know that. The Sukhoi 30, the Indian Air Force main fighter jet, is participating in this training exercise. This aircraft is also the main Russian fighter developed by a long-established manufacturer from the days of the former Soviet Union. And you can read the rest of this in my description box also. It's from Newsweek. Russia loses 25 tanks in 2 days as video shows daily strike. Let's see, it said here, writing on Facebook on Tuesday morning, the General Staff of Ukraine's armed forces attacked a video of what happens to be Russian tanks being targeted by a Ukraine weapon system, with footage showing smoke and fire. The operational update then said 1,900 Russian soldiers has been killed in the past 2 days. In a further update, the General Staff reported Russia's total tank losses since the beginning of the full-scale invasion in 2022 to be 3,245 tanks. That's a lot of tanks to lose. This is an increase of 14 compared with Monday report by the General Staff. A further Russian 11 tanks has been taken out of action the previous day, the General Staff said in its daily update. Ukrainian forces have long been capturing Russian weapons and tanks to be used against their original owners in the ongoing war. back in October. The British Defense Ministry said that a large proportion of Kyiv's military hardware was now made up of captured Russian equipment. So if they're using Russian equipment against them, why do we have to send them anything? So I want to comment, let me know what you think. By October 7, Ukraine was believed to have captured at least 440 Russian battle tanks, plus an additional 650 armored vehicles since February 2022. And if you want to read on that, you can in my description box. Let's see what we got here. This is from Business Insiders. Why retailers sell your like-new returns to rot in landfills. I thought they'd get refurbished and resold, or being resold as refurbished. Americans returned $816 billion in products last year, according to the National Retail Federation. Whether items are returned to the store or shipped, they can still end up in landfills. Reducing returns is consumers' best shot at avoiding making the problem worse, according to experts. Shoppers are returning more goods than ever, and some of those products end up rotting in landfills, even when they're in like-new condition. I'll give them my address. They can send them to me. I'll sell them. So that means most of the returns is going to landfills. I thought they had warehouses where they just, I don't know. Let me know what you think. It's hard to know exactly how many returns are sent to landfill because many retailers aren't eager to share this data, said Glenn Ritchie, chair of the Department of Supply Chain Management of Auburn University, Harbor College of Business. Man, that's a long name. Getting caught trashing or destroying goods can lead to bad, damaging headlines. On the flip side, strategies to avoid tossing returns could be seen as a competitive advantage worth guarding, according to an estimated by the returns tech platform Optoro, something like that, as many as $9.6 billion of returns ended up in landfills in 2021, equivalent to 10,500 fully loaded Boeing 747s. The 2021 figures marked the height of the e-commerce boom, and a 65% increase in estimated returns headed for landfills from the previous year. Don't you think we're going to be running out of room, filling all the landfill full of this junk? According to an estimate by the returns tech platform Optoro, as many as 9.6. I already read that, didn't I? I had to hit continue reading. Anyway, you can read the rest of this in my description box. Wait a minute, let me see what this is. Why returns end up in the garbage. American return, as I said, they already repeated that. For retailers without strong moral or environmental values, returns are a pretty simple math platform. Anyway, if you're interested in this, you can read it in my description box. Here's from Business Insider. Putin's government is reportedly pressuring the Russian central bank to stop with gloomy forecasts and give more upbeat updates about its economy. The Russian government is not loving its central bank's gloomy economic updates. It's pushing the bank to give more positive outlooks for the country economic per Bloomberg. So do they want the banks to lie to them? The bank go broke? Yeah, we got a lot of money. The central bank has been candid about Russia's economic pressure amid the war in Ukraine. This may be at odds with the official stance. The Russian government is not loving the central bank gloomy. Why do they keep repeating this stuff on these articles? Anyway, you can read about this in my description box. I'm going to keep reading what they repeated. Anyway, here's one from Washington Examiner. Biden's changes to student loans mean the vast majority of borrowers will never repay their debt. Man, I wish I was in that group. Last month, the left-leaning Urban Institute published a new report that examined the consequences of a Biden administration proposed changes to student loan repayment rules. Not surprisingly, their analysis finds that the generous changes to repayment rules will result in the program shifting from its intended purpose to provide a safety net to borrowers who struggle to repay their debt to a giveaway program for most students who borrow. Specifically, their analysis indicates that less than 1/4 of borrowers would ever repay their debts in full under the proposed regulation. And if you want to know more about this, the link will be in my description box. Here's something from Fox Weather. Dangerous fungal illness rapidly spreading across country, doctors warn. This is out of San Francisco. Doctors are warning of a dangerous fungal illness rapidly spreading across the country, especially affecting those living or visiting California and Arizona areas. If you think it sounds like something from the cutting room floor of The Last of Us series, where a parasitic fungal infection devastates mankind, there are some very base level similarities. Valley fever, I ain't gonna tell you the scientific name of it, is a significant cause of pneumonia, said Dr. Perkins, Chief Medical Officer, a company that provides advanced diagnostics for infectious disease. This is a fungus, said Perkins, a former CDC official who led the anthrax bioterrorism investigation. Most causes of pneumonia are caused by bacteria. This is a fungus that lives in the soil and is breathed in dusty situation, whether it is a dust storm or around construction. Valley fever and COVID-19 share many of the same symptoms as a cough, difficulty breathing, fever, tiredness, or fatigue. In rare cases, it can spread to other parts and cause severe disease. Animals, including pets, can also get valley fever by breathing in fungus spores from dirt and outdoor dust. However, it cannot spread from one person or animal to another. That's one good thing. There are about 200 deaths a year due to this disease. And you want to know more about it, the link will be in my description box. And see what else we got here. I think that's it. See here, one here. Large numbers of Americans want a strong, rough, anti-democratic leader. Yeah, we do. It might, not a wuss like Biden. It might be comforting to think that American democracy, has made it past the June 6, 2021 insurrection, but see what else it says here. Support for anti-democratic leaders. About 2 decades ago, an important study found that roughly 1 in 4 Americans supported leaders who are uncompromising and take decisive action. These people said they would also prefer non-elected experts to make decisions. Our study replicates this finding nearly 20 years later, but sheds light on a troubling reason and the process preference. And that's all I'm going to read for you for today. And don't forget to like, subscribe, come back and watch again at least. And until tomorrow, later.